shot.
Slafkovsky, the save on Kapanen. And Tampa Bay is here to hand out some justice.
Well, here's how that started, all of that mess after the save made by Vasilevsky. The temperature's rising, the crowd is loving it. And everybody on the ice gets involved here.
And you see Jack-Eye there, number 72. As a result of his actions, he got the extra 2. So Tampa Bay up 1-0 is going to go on a power play here. And Yanni Gourde really got this crowd fired up as Jack-Eye was heading to the box.
Fantastic.
Oh, the guy they reacquired who helped them win a couple of Stanley Cups, left for Seattle. They brought him back. There's Jack-Eye. Watch yourself. He's a big man.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that matchup, that pairing this year. I mean, Yanni Gourde is one of those guys that he really, John Cooper talked when he came back. He said he's got an engine that doesn't stop. Plays with heart and soul. He's got a fountain of youth. He loves having him on his team.
They got Kucherov, they got Gensel, they got Perry, they got Radish. And that could be an interference penalty on Kucherov. And it might be evened up. Behind the play, Hagel has Anderson in a headlock. And Anderson now has him. Here comes Radish. And it's on behind the Montreal net. Gensel is being mauled.
Perry drops his gloves.
Perry wants to go. Evans has, there they go, they're fighting. Carrier and Perry. And now Radish is going at it in the corner. His helmet is off.
Mike Matheson throwing a couple uppercuts.
Now Hagel's back in another wrestling match. Now Gensel and Evans are starting to wrestle.
Everybody's got a partner.
Carrier back engaged with Perry. Now here's Evans and Gensel. They're going to try to go. Evans' gloves are still on. Yeah, the original penalty was on Montreal. And now Hagel trying to get the crowd going. At center ice.
How do we sort this out? There was a penalty that started everything on Montreal, and there was a long extended 6-on-5 for Tampa. Here is the penalty that started it in the corner, a high stick down there, and then that's on Nick Paul. And what happens is, as Mike Matheson takes that penalty, as they're entering the zone, Nikita Kucherov he tries to claim that that's nothing. That is a blatant interference, at least from that angle, and even watching it live. And then this is when the temperature rises and all hell breaks loose. But at the very least, Matheson and Kucherov will get 2-minute minors, if not more. There are going to be some crowded penalty boxes.
So they're trying to sort it out now. Gensel and Evans went out in a couple of times. We mentioned Perry. Perry's having a major discussion with the Montreal penalty box. His hand is on the glass, engaging them. I don't know if anything extra will come out of that, AJ. I'm not sure.
I mean, Perry was the first one to drop his gloves. That would be the only thing, and no one dropped their gloves right away to dance with him. So a lot of jawing back and forth. Look at Hagel crying. I don't know how. Let's see if Dave Jackson has any suggestions for how we sort this out.
AJ, I don't have any suggestions for you. All I know is I've been in these situations before. Some of it my own doing. I might have caused a couple of these things. However, You've got the 2 original penalties, and then what you do is you're not going to get everything. You're not going to be, you'd have to sit behind a telestrator and pick, slow it down and pick it. They're not going to get everything. What they're going to do is they're going to get together, they're going to decide degree of guilt. Which team do you think was the most guilty? Who was the one driving this altercation? And they'll decide that team will get the differential and probably be down 2 minutes.
All right, well, we'll sort this out. We're going to shovel in Tampa and then let you know what happened from all this mayhem in Tampa, Florida. Still sorting things out here in Tampa. The officials are trying to go to each penalty box and find out what happened. Perry and Carrier going at it for a while. See, Carrier's gloves are still on. And then Getzel and Evans had a multi-wrestling match that kind of went all around the net there in the offensive zone. Well,
and we just heard from Dave Jackson, but I mean, there's 4 officials on the ice, right? The lines people are the ones who usually split them up, but there's only 4 of them, and of course there's 10, or in this case 11 players that are involved out here. So Dave Jackson, how do you sort out what you grab? I mean, you just grab the most volatile pair?
Yeah, that's a good question. The linesmen, they want to make sure nobody's going to get hurt. They go after any pairing that looks like it's a mismatch. That's what they would do at first. When you get to the penalty box and you're now deciding who's going to be penalized, what penalties, you're going to consult the linesmen because they're right in there in that mess. They might see something that you don't see. And then you know who really helps you out here as well is the off-ice officials. They are tasked with writing down all the pairings. They're not going to tell the referee what happened, but they're going to say, number 10 was with number 8, and so on, all the way down. So it kind of jogs the referee's memory. That's a huge help in these kind of altercations.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now, and here comes the call.
Stand by.
On the play to start with, we got number 8 for Montreal. He had like a minor for high sticking. Number 86 for Tampa has got a 2 minutes for interference. Number 10 for Tampa's got a double minor for roughing. And all the other players got a minor for roughing. Then Montreal will be on a power play for 2 minutes.
Short-handed. Going around the net. Nice play by Gooley to erase him. Kept in. One more chance. Short-handed. Knocked away by Gooley, and that'll do it for the opening period. One more hit. One more confrontation as Gord takes down Matheson. Paul is engaged in a wrestling match as both players lose their buckets. Moser grabs Bolduc. Another wrestling match. No one really wants to take him off and chuck him on a 5-minute penalty. Moser's done that this year.
I hope they have some sustenance for the officials in the room between periods. Is the most activity they get.
A lot of bookkeeping, a lot of breaking up wrestling matches in the opening 20 minutes. Yeah, some periods are easier than others for the officiating crew. Let's see, I think we're gonna, here comes the calls, if anything.
Number 39, Tampa's got a minor for roughing.
Looks like only one penalty out of all that.
Seems so anticlimactic.
Well, that was something. After 20 minutes of game 2, we're all square at one, Steve.
All right, Butchie, thanks. Some good, clean fun.
Good old-fashioned clean fun.
Old-fashioned, right. In case you're not sure what you're watching tonight, this is the Stanley Cup playoffs. And what we have come to expect from it.
Has possession 5 minutes into the second period. Cirelli back out there with Guentzel and Hagel. Off the bench, Carlisle shot, blocked, loose, and covered by Dovish. As Cirelli and Matheson exchange shoves. Hagel grabbed by Slafkovsky. And they're nose to nose and eyeball to eyeball, daring one or the other.
Oh, Gensel just gave a little...
Oh, here we go. They're fighting. Hagel and Slafkovsky shake off the mittens, and they're going in game 2. Slafkovsky, bigger and strong. Hagel with the overhand right. Down goes Slafkovsky.
After all this, that's our first official fight. And that gets everybody up and out of their seats. It's as if they weren't before. Slafkovsky had the hat trick in game 1. Hagel has 3 goals in this series already. So you take these guys that are producing for their teams offensively, and here they go, getting them emotionally charged. Want to give us a translation, Bucci? What are they saying?
I think Hagel was asking for it. It was Slafkovsky early, but then that overhand right from Hagel landed.
Yeah, it's
number 20, Montreal. Number 38, Tampa. 5 minutes each for playing.
That is a big right hand.
Well, you heard the crowd
Hagel
go. They just showed it up on the jumbotron, a great angle too from the inside that could see it, and the crowd, they're erupting when they see Hagel take down the much bigger Slafkovsky.
Slafkovsky switched hands, and then he did have a grab of the right shoulder of Hagel that freed up the right hand as Slafkovsky was trying to throw some left uppercuts. And it's interesting here how the officials let him dance.
Yeah, once they go, drop their gloves and let him go, and Slafkovsky has the upper hand here until Hagel gets it.
Let's see what that does. Dave Jackson, former NHL referee. You've been in those situations before.
Yeah, John, I liked your comment about how the referees let them go. I think sometimes as an official, you have scrums every whistle, guys are pushing and shoving. You almost want guys to drop the gloves and fight, get it out of their system. And I think that's what just happened in that situation there.
Red line, so it's no icing. McDonough in first, sends it around. Pressure from Evans on Perry. Good support from Gergensen. Oh, hard hit from behind. That's a penalty on Sabourin. What was he thinking? This is going to be a power play with 2:15 to go in regulation. That is a clear-cut interference, and Anderson is still down.
I'm a little surprised that Sabourin's on the ice at this stage of the game. He's a physical player. That's why he was inserted in the lineup, to have some physicality. But at this point of the game, when you're all tied up, I'm surprised that Cooper even had him out there. Hate to see Josh Anderson so slow to get up.
Maybe Sabourin didn't see him, and that's what the Lightning are saying. Just, you know, it was just an accident, but you just got to avoid making any kind of pushing move as the guy is backward skating into you and doesn't have the puck. I mean, this is not finishing your check, obviously.
No, and
Tampa Bay 46, 5-minute major for interference.
Wow.
The play is now under review.
So they're going to review this, and let's bring in Dave Jackson. And Dave, is there a reason why they started with the 5? And talk about the review process and what can happen from this point going forward.
So, John, when they call 5-minute major, that allows them to confirm the major penalty. They can reduce it to 2 minutes, or they can rescind it altogether. You know, you would rescind it if, you know, based on that way.
After reviewing the play, 46, Tampa Bay, minor penalty, interference.
Off the bench, just outside the line, and then a hit. Would that be a penalty? No. Arms are in the air.
here's a look at what happened. J.J. Moser, the whistle blows, he turns away. And Anderson, who had just laid a big hit during the play, it's not a big hit, but the reason it's a big deal is Moser is a little off balance, not expecting it and looking away.
We are going to shovel here. The first